To track down why Cyprus needs a bailout, look no further than the streets of Athens. When a bankrupt Greece was allowed to let some of its private bondholders take a loss, a so-called haircut, Cypriot banks lost money and needed refinancing. Then the country's big institutions like the Bank of Cyprus asked the government for a bailout. In turn, the government went to the EU in June 2012 and asked for its own bailout. Talks have dragged on since then. Cyprus had been resisting many of the tough economic measures potential institutional lenders are demanding in return for bailout funds. One sticking point was whether Cyprus will have to raise its corporate tax rate from the EU's lowest of 10% to 12.5%. But the new president of the island nation says his country is close to agreement with the troika of lenders, the EU, the European Central Bank, and the IMF.
We are working towards finding a final, reaching a final agreement as regards the efforts with the Troika to reach the MOU, and that we are decisive to implement any of the terms we're going to agree.
Under the previous president, Cyprus also turned to Russia. Moscow has already loaned Cyprus about $1 billion. Russia and Cyprus have cultural ties, and many rich Russians have investments there, which is why Russia has helped. But allegations that Cyprus is also an offshore center for money laundering has dogged the EU negotiations. So Cyprus has already agreed to EU demands of an independent audit of its banks this month, as part of the bailout terms. Jim Bolden, CNN, London.